England had come into the tournament off the back of their worst build-up ever, and they made their best start ever. I don't think they've ever started a tournament with a 6-2 before. Why? How much of it was the fact that they were playing Iran in this game?
I think, can we call this a reverse Capello? Capello, fantastic during qualification stages for England, and then obviously quite bad in the group stages. This Iran team will not be nice to play football against. They are stubborn, they're obdurate, they will try and time waste, they will foul, and they will play very, very narrow. I think the key to beating Iran, if you're Wales or if you're the United States, is getting your fullbacks high up the field, is getting your wide players to really navigate through those tricky areas. And England did that time and time again. Saka I think he was England's Men's Player of the Year last year, and he's continued. Raheem Sterling in England's shirt ever since Gareth Southgate's come in charge and they changed to this 3-5-2 from 2018 is just superb. And yes, Harry Kane didn't score, but he got 2 assists. This is a very good team that now maximises their chances when they enter the final third, and lo and behold, they can score goals. They've got quality.
England made it look easy. How easy, Tom? How about this for a stat? England completed in the first half 366 passes. That's the second most by a team in a World Cup game since 1966. Iran completed just 46, which is the fewest by any team in the first half of a game since 1966 as well.
And it did help that the first half was about 79 minutes long. But, let's not take anything away from England's achievement. But no, just to pick up on what Carl was saying about some of the key performers, I think it was a performance that really vindicated a lot of Gareth Southgate's selection choices and once again showed that when it comes to international football, club form is not quite as relevant as a lot of people would have you think. The most important thing in international football is having players who know the system, who understand their responsibilities, and who ideally have shown that they can perform in that system at some point in the past. And albeit against limited opposition, we saw that today. Harry Maguire wasn't very troubled defensively, but looked a lot more solid than he often does with Manchester United. Bukayo Saka was picked over Phil Foden, and whereas that might have raised some eyebrows when the team sheet was handed in, I don't think anyone would have questioned that decision at the end of the game. And if you actually think back to the last couple of years, I don't think there's much of a case to be made for Foden to be picked over Saka in terms of what those players have done when they're playing for England. So, yeah, all very encouraging. I think my concern from an England perspective would be, have they peaked too soon? Scoring 6 goals in your first game, we've seen it before. We've seen teams go big in the group stage. Also, all that injury
they had the
time
6-1
as well.
with Panama in the last World Cup, but then they went to the World Cup semi-final, which is not really a bad outcome.
No, but they fell short of the ultimate objective. So just don't count your chickens too soon.
I mentioned the goal scorers. It's worth just stopping and admiring a little bit some of that. There were some excellent goals in there. Which was your favourite?
I am partial to Jude Bellingham.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Marcus Rashford, your book writing pal.
I might. It was very nice that he went with his first touch, but I am a big fan of Jude Bellingham. I think he is one of a handful of players that will go on to shape what football in the 2020s will look like. He is tall, dynamic, fantastic on the ball. He can dribble through tight spaces. There's going to be, providing he avoids injury and goes to the right club, I think there's going to be a point in time where Champions League clubs are either going to try and make more Jude Bellinghams or spend a long time trying to figure out a way to stop Jude Bellingham. That's how high I am on him. And the leap he got for that header was fantastic. No one's really thinking about Calvin Phillips being injured right now because Bellingham is just doing the job. He should be given the keys to this midfield.
Was there anything, genuinely, was there anything that you weren't altogether happy with in this performance?
Taremi's goal for Iran.
It was a great goal.
It was a great goal. Yeah. And I think that will always be a question mark over Harry Maguire. Manchester United fans know he's not the best when retreating or defending against attackers with pace. And Taremi is confident and has a shot on him. So again, Tom, be on the lookout for that. So I think that would be a possible question mark. As I understand, Harry Maguire didn't go off for concussion protocol. It was illness, so he'll probably be back for the next group game. But I think that was it really. This was as good as it gets in terms of a group stage performance for England. They just smothered the space, maximised their set pieces, and every time they got in the final third, they executed properly.
One man who definitely did go off for a concussion protocol was the Iran goalkeeper, Alireza Behrenvand, who took a very, very uncomfortable-looking blow to the head from one of his defenders and made attempts to continue, but wisely eventually was withdrawn. And whether or not that would have had any bearing on the scoreline, he'd certainly produced an excellent save just before that to keep the scoreline goalless. But I think a day like this, there was no question that England were going to run out with the 3 points.
If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel.